Alright guys, so in the last video working on the Tacoma, I was getting my onboard air system all installed. I had a few more things left to do with it that I ended up not filming, but I got all put in and installed. So at the moment, I'm going to go over everything and show you the stuff that I added to it to finish out the system. Alright, so last week I ended up running out of pneumatic lines, so I got some more of that. Ran that over to the passenger side air chucks, and that is all held down with P-clamps along there. I just ended up self-tappering them in. That'll end up working for now. I might end up putting riv nuts in there a little bit later to clean that up. Got my air lines ran to my air manifold. I also got the power cable ran from up front to out back here. I got these terminal connectors off Amazon, and the reason I did that is so if I want to take this box out, I can just unhook it right here, and I don't have to try snaking the power cables back through the box. So from the terminal connectors, the power leads run up to the power distribution block and then to the solenoid. And then I got all my wires in here. This is kind of a mess right now. I'll probably tidy that up later, but it's working at the moment, and that's what matters. That's all ran to my switch, and then I got a pressure sensor over there that tells the compressors when to turn on and off. Alright, so for the lines that go to each tire, I just used some pneumatic line and cut that to length. They're specific for front and back, and then I got the other end of the air chuck for the box side right there with some push connect fittings on this end, another push connect fitting for down by the tire, as well as a click-on air chuck. This is a really nice air chuck. They actually clamp on a lot better than others that I've used in the past, so those work really well. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description where you can get those on Amazon, I think it is. But I have all those done for all 4 tires. So now I'm going to start letting the air out of the tires, and we can hook up the 4 air lines, and I'll show you how the system works. So I got the tires aired down. I aired these down to 2 psi. I usually start around 3 psi when I'm doing snow wheeling and then kind of go from there. But I went ahead and dropped them down to 2 psi so I can get some data from that. But this is what they look like. Front's a little bit lower. There's more weight up there. So now I'm going to hook up the air lines and turn the system on. Alright, so to hook up the air lines, you just put them right here. And then you plug those in if the chuck's at the box. You take the other end of the air line. You come down here and click those on and then lock those in. And then the line is hooked up to that tire. So I've got all 4 air lines hooked up. They are just ran down to the tires and then up to the chucks in the box. Got them hooked up on both sides. These are all 4 connected together on the same system. So all tires are flowing at the same manifold. So now we're ready to turn it on and see how it does. So now the air lines are all hooked up. All I have to do is flip this switch and it'll start the compressor and air up the system to the set pressure I have it at, and that is 25 psi. And then I have a 2 psi window, so if it drops below 23 psi, in case there's any bleed off in the system, it'll kick back on and then shut off at 25 psi. So let's start this. So the system's working great. It's airing it up currently. All 4 tires are getting aired up at the same time. I got a stopwatch going right now. That way I can see how long it takes to air up from 2 psi to 25 psi. And then when I have this going, I'll most likely have the lid closed. That way if it's snowing, no snow is getting in the box. So that'll work nice. But it seems to be working good, which is awesome. Alright, so the system is all aired up. It kicked it off at the set pressure of 25 psi, just like I'd planned on. It took 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go from 2 psi to 25, which is pretty awesome. That's decently quick. It's pretty comparable with the engine-driven air compressors I've ran. So far I'm happy with it. Seems to work good, and it'll be nice because all you'll have to do when you're ready to air up is just hook the 4 air lines up and flip that switch, and it'll do it itself. You can be completely away from the system over talking with people or helping them air up, and this will do it completely itself. It'll keep it at that 25 psi, and if it bleeds off to 23, it'll kick back on and pump it back up to 25 psi. So should be a pretty good system. I'm really excited to use it. I like how it turned out. I think it'll work really good. Something else that's really nice with how this works is with it all being on one system and having the air chucks, when I unhook one tire, I do not have to worry about it losing air through the rest of the system. I can just unhook it like that and nothing bleeds off, even though you have one of them disconnected from the 4. So they're pretty simple to unhook. You just take this off the tire, that's unhooked, and then you unhook it here at the box and roll your lines up. And then you just toss them back in the box and you're ready to go. So that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to do a little update on the air system and show what all I did to finish it out and then show it working. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I think it's going to work awesome, but make sure to check out the other video if you missed me setting up the rest of it. So, and hit that like button. It definitely helps drive the videos up and get them out there so people can see them. So, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.